Mark Santana in 15, Benjamin Roche 16, Valentin Bogachev 17, Michael David in 18. Okay, so let's bring this down. Okay, all the cars are getting ready to grid. Here we go, the lights are on. Lights are on, and here they go, they're revving up the engines. Lights are on, lights are off now. Away we go, here we go. And they're off. Looks like a real good start for a lot of people and not so good for others. Here we go into turn 1. This is a lot of chaos if they take that giant curve. Let's see. Everyone's filing in nicely. Looks like everyone's filing in nicely, and it's going to be coming clean through the jump chicane. Everyone's found their comfortable spot. Now let's take a look at that front pack. Let's see. Daniel Thomas looks like he's getting away with Michael Hownick not far back. Is there any big movers or oh, not that. We don't want to see Carlin. Of course, we're all in Porsches. It looks like Yiling Wang is the biggest loser of the first lap, down to P16. Andrew Walker's down 6. Spencer Marsh has lost his P1. Daniel Thomas has taken that over, with Michael Hownick hot on his tail, going through this jump chicane right now. As we go through all the cars, just going through the jump right now. It's quite a turn. Oh, and then there's the chaos that ensues. And this is part of the love of this track for me and for a lot of people. You really have to be on your toes the entire time, or else that happens. You take a spin, you eat shit, to say the straight. And let me turn down that game volume just a little bit, because these cars are loud on this track. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but the camera must be a lot closer. Camera must be real close on this track, so it's just picking up those exhaust notes. It sounds amazing, but no one can hear what I can say, so we just turned that down a little bit. Okay, so it looks like everyone's sliding in nicely. Most people seem to be staying conservative so far, just hoping for other people to wreck. And there's a little bit of a tailspin in the back there from Carl Ribbing. But most people are just waiting for the person in front of them to make that mistake, because these mistakes come very often on this track. Very often, as we've already seen a few people spinning out on that jump chicane. And so this track will keep you on your toes front to back. It looks like we have another spinner of Jack Booser has gone off. And that's exactly what most of these guys are waiting for. They're hoping for either the slight chance that they can make a pass, or that someone else takes a spin. And here we go. We've got Mark Lampert with Charlie Poulier, and these guys are close. It looks like he's going for... Oh, no, he backs out just before turn 1, just to keep it safe. Oh, and it looks like Simon may have tossed it in the background there as well. It looks like no car damage. We'll head back to Mark Lampert in a second. No damage on his car, so there's obviously then no contact with anyone. It looks like he just hit the curb. And there's just another example. You got to stay on your toes. That's what this track does for you. So Mark Lampert has lost that closeness that he once had with Charlie. He's pulling away a little bit. So we're going to move up to the front pack here with Daniel Thomas and Michael Hownick, and Spencer Marsh, with not far behind Francois Schink. He's right there with them. This pack is not pulling away, and then they've created almost a 3-second gap to Charlie. It looks like Misha Berger is up many positions. We'll take a look at him later. Up 4 positions. Aaron Hall's up 5. And yeah, so they're looking like they're in a good position. They have 5 minutes into this race of the sprint race. This is the first sprint race. So there's still 10 minutes to go, which is about 11, 12 laps, where these guys really still, they have to be on their toes. They cannot lose focus for 1 millisecond, or else their race is done. It's really, really easy to lose focus. We've got a 3-car battle. Misha is moving. Definitely a mover and shaker tonight. I just lost my sound for some reason. Oh no, that's just... No, that's just me. Okay. Oh, and we're seeing Mark Lamper on the very last turn of the track take the inside on the braking zone on Charlie, and he wants that position. He doesn't feel comfortable following anymore. He wants to be in that lead position, and so that's going to be interesting. Let's see if Mark has the pace to pull away, the consistency to pull away, or is being in the lead going to be a little bit harder, a little bit more pressure? Can he take this pressure? We'll have to see. We're going to follow along. And right behind Charlie is Misha, who's looking to make a move as well. He's ready to pounce. So this is definitely an interesting race. All the little bumps heading into that braking zone. This wild uphill sharp hairpin. And here we go. And there's cars right behind them too. So here we go into turn 1. We'll just take a ride along with Mark Lampert. Here's turn 2, into turn 3 right here. Turn 4, the elevation drop into this giant jump, which can toss your car if you're not careful. And this here is probably the easiest turn on the track, but if you get it wrong, you're going to roast your tires lap after lap. And so it's actually probably the most important turn. And then into the heavy braking zone right here. Uphill, giant uphill on your hairpin. And then down the main straight. And a new lap every approximately 48 seconds. So there you go. So back to the leaders. Actually, let's take a quick look at Mark Santana with Young Choi. These guys are close to each other, and they are gonna battle. I have my spidey senses are tingling. I think there's a battle brewing right here. So after here they go through the chicane, and they're heading onto the main straight right now, which is the primary passing spot on the track. And it looks like Young Choi is going to make that move. And he's going to make the dive into the braking zone, take that inside, and Mark is going to hold that outside still and not giving up this position easy. And what that does is actually lets Yiling Wang come into the play and take the outside into turn 1. And these guys are going for it. They are not letting up. Young Choi holds on to that position, though. And now he's going to look to try and make a move again onto Mark. But now that he has a car directly behind him, he's going to have to think twice and be a little bit more calculated on how he's doing this, or else he might lose P12, his position here. So we're gonna have to we're gonna have to follow along with these guys. I can't stop looking at this. This is amazing. So it looks like Young Choi is keeping the inside. Oh, and there's the over-under. And Yiling Wang's got that position off of Young Choi. That is amazing racing. Here we go. Into turn 1. And of course, these cars, no traction control, nothing. You gotta wonder how these guys' tires are doing. And here we go, battle for P2. Looks like Michael Houghton had a slight off, and he's lost time to the leader. Spencer Marsh is now not waiting. He's not waiting for Michael Houghton to make up that time. He's taking his time now. He's taking this position right now. Here we go, too wide into turn 1. This is absolutely nuts. Luckily, minor damage. And that's given Francois a chance to catch up. They are going for it. There is no holding back. They want position 2. And now Francois wants P3. These guys are battling for it. This is why I love this track. This track brings the best out in people. Even though it's a short lap, yeah, but it's just something about it that's real special, I'm telling you. But Daniel Thomas has now gained a nice 5-second lead, a big cushion onto his lead. So he has no worry, no stress. He's on that island up there. Yeah, he's many corners ahead. He's on a nice, comfortable island on the beach, just chilling with his margarita or whatever the hell he likes to drink, if he likes drinking. And he's just chilling. He's just got to stay calm and bring her home. Another 4 minutes to go. But back to Michael Houghton, because this battle is heating up. This is intense. It's so intense, I gotta drink some water. Heading into the final turn across the main straight, is Spencer Marsh close enough to make a move into turn 1? I don't think he is, but he is definitely lining him up. He's following his every move, and he's trying to remember exactly the lines that Houghton is taking so that he can make his move. He's studying his prey right now. Spencer Marsh is being the hawk behind, and he's ready to pounce at any moment, ready to strike. And so going into the primary passing zone right now, he's not close enough, but he's definitely close enough to get up there when he's ready. Francois Schink, ever so close previously, is now losing a little bit of that gap that he had. And I'm sure he'll be looking to make up that gap, that time, if he can. But even then, P4, that's a very good, very nice, comfortable place to be right now. So that's a good spot for Francois. Here we go with Mark Lampert. Let's take a look again at who's gained and who's lost. Mark Lampert up 3 positions with Charlie right behind him and Misha still behind him, with Aaron Hall up 5 positions in P8. So this has now become a 4-car train with 2 to 3 laps to go, somewhere around that range, with Mark Lampert in the lead. He didn't want to wait. He took that lead, and it's paying off for him, and he's now up in P5 consistently. He's just got to stay focused, keep that laser vision on every braking zone, every apex, just keep it together, and I'm sure he'll do great. Charlie is definitely a tough customer, and Misha coming in from Switzerland. You know, you think he's all peaceful and stuff, but no, this guy he'll try and rip you apart in those corners. He'll take every inch that he can. He's not going to rest until he can make that pass when he can. Aaron Hall, love the Joker, the Two-Face. We got Kevin not too far behind it, looking like he's loving the Pikachu, with Carl Ribbing not far behind him. We got Mark Santana. Looks like he has a lapped car of Bogachev. Bogachev's now just waving him by. It looks like Mark is blinking, so I'll take the next guy. So we got Andrew Walker This is Andrew Walker's first race, I believe. So maybe he's not where... How many has he gained or lost? Let's take a look. Andrew Walker's down a few positions, so maybe not where he wanted to be in his first race, but hey, you know what? We could chalk it up to the first race nerves. We'll go through the field a little bit later. For right now, with one lap, final lap, let's see what these guys do. Spencer, oh my gosh, Spencer does go for the move. And Michael Houghton just does give it to him. It looks like Francois has also had an off. He's not in P4 anymore. And Mark Lamper is up to position 4 with Charlie in P5. That is, wow. And that's how quick the tides can turn on this track. With Spencer Marsh up to P2, he's now in position to take that that lead back at the beginning of the next race. So Daniel Thomas has won our first 15-minute sprint race. Spencer in P2, and Michael Houghton to round out the podium. Mark in 4th. Charlie, Misha up many positions. Francois maybe wishing that he didn't go off the track or he had a spin. Something happened. And there's the post-race celebrations, boys. You know, you gotta crash out. See test the wedge on this car, because the car it's basically like a wedge. You can throw them way up in the air. Looks like a few guys are just finishing their lap. And everyone is done. Results. Let's bring it up. Congratulations, Daniel Thomas. Where is it? Congratulations, Daniel Thomas, for winning his first appearance in our races. Spencer Marsh for also first appearance in our races. Congratulations. And Michael Houghton for P3 to round out the podium. Mark Lampert doing a great, consistent job, just as he did last week for P4. Charlie Pouyer staying just as consistent. Misha Berger up many positions all the way from Switzerland in P6. Francois Schink going to look to probably make up some spots that he's lost in that next 30-minute race. And I know he will. He's definitely that driver capable of it. Aaron Hall for P8. Kevin Sidhu in P9. Very consistent race for Kevin. Carl in P10. Mark Santana in 11. Come on, results. Come right back up. Thank you very much. Andrew Walker in 12. Yiling Wang in 13. Michael David 14. Young Choi 15. Benjamin Roche 16. Simon Fell 17. And Valentin Bogachev in 18. And it looks like the race is going to start very shortly. Let's see. We want to bring this up and then hide it because we want to see the race, don't we? We can also take a look at what's the weather like, what's the track conditions. So it looks like for our final race here, looks like we got a track temperature of 29 Celsius. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, so sue me. You're going to have to convert that yourself. American people, I'm sorry. I can't do both. Here we go. The lights are coming on. Engines are revving up. The lights are off, and away we go. Looks like there's some chaos in the back with some people smoking their tires. Into turn 1. Oh, no. And it looks like everyone did so well in the main race, and something just happened. We're gonna have to go back and take a look at that. But the leader's gotten away nicely. He's definitely benefited from that. But there's been a lot of chaos here. Definitely been a lot of chaos. But the leaders, luckily, of Daniel, Spencer, and Michael and Charlie and Francois, they've all been able to avoid that chaos that happened. We'll take a look at what happened exactly in a second. I want to hide that weather because I don't care anymore. So it looks like these two guys are teammates. They seem to be having the same paint schemes here. So let's see how this goes. But Francois is now looking to make a move on Charlie. He does not want to wait. He wants to get back up there and see what he can do. Does he take the inside under braking? No, he does not. Michael Howanick is up to P2. He did take the inside under braking onto Daniel Thomas, and he's going to start going for that P1 spot. He's not going to wait. Let's go back to Aaron Hall. So let's just take a quick look at what happened on that start. We can go with, let's just see what happened. Oh, it looks like just a missed braking zone, and it just unfortunately sent one guy off, and it was a bit of a chain reaction. We didn't get, it wasn't too bad. Most people were able to get through, minimal damage. That's not too bad. Just an unfortunate missed braking zone. And, yeah. Luckily, most guys were able to get through nice and clean. It's definitely shuffled that field a lot. I will say that much. And here we go. It looks like Michael Howanick doesn't have the pace, it seems, to keep up with Spencer. But he's got enough to stay in front of Daniel. And they're also losing Francois just a little bit. Francois did make a pass. I want to see, where's the replay on that? Francois passed Charlie. I want to see this. Very nice pass. Takes the inside on that turn. He has the inside going into turn 1. And he's got that position. And now Francois is back up into P4, where he was last race in the sprint race. And he's going to look to try and hold this position all race long. He's got to keep that focus, not let that happen again. And he'll be off to oh, and it looks like someone was in the wall there. That's unfortunate. But yeah, here we go. So we have 5 cars all quite close together, really. Any one of these 5 cars can easily win this race. It takes a few mistakes by any of these cars up front, a little bit of a slowdown of some sort, and all of a sudden, they're in position to take a podium, or at best, the win. It looks like most of the field has spread out quite a bit. There's a few people on islands. They're just, having a nice beach vacation. Mark Santana, though, with Simon Fell, this is one close battle. Most people seem to be on their own little islands, though. So, oh, and there's someone taking a taking the beach vacation. Oh, why did I do that? Here we go. We got Simon Fell taking the inside on Mark Santana. But Mark is not giving it up easy. He's going to try and go too wide into turn 1. Does he back out? I don't think he's going to. He's going to go right to the bitter end. And oh, he does back out. He goes for the safety. He's got 25 minutes left in this race, and Mark knows that he can pass him again if he plays his cards right. So he's gonna just take that safe route, and he's gonna battle back, I'm sure, at another point. Young Choi is now in the mix, and so it's a 3-car pack, all within half a second, 7/10 of a second within each other, and that's the battle for P8. Michael Howanick has closed that gap up to P1. Spencer I'm not sure if Spencer made a mistake or if Hownick is just turned on the afterburners and he's now hit light speed. He's just catching up to him. The front bumper of Hownick is just melting from the exhaust. And there's a car that it looks like a blue flag car. So he's just gotten out of the way for the lead pack. Thank you. I'm not sure who that is, but thank you. And here we go. Hownick got a little bit loose, but it didn't hurt him too much, fortunately. We're going to take a look at going through these turns. You can see the elevation change and the little jumps. And here's how close these guys are. There's four cars following. So one little mistake from Spencer, and he's lost a lot of positions. You can see the elevation changes on this track are intense. It is not to be laughed at. Every single corner has a lot of change going on, and it's very easy to throw you. If you watch, here's the elevation coming into that last turn, all under braking. And there you go. There's a lap. It didn't take long to go through it, but we did. It looks like Young Choi has made up a position on Mark Santana. Let's see, where did he make this pass? Into turn 1. He made a pass into turn 1. So Mark taking the conservative route once again. It's unfortunate he lost him another position. However, I'm sure he's hoping that he'll gain that back at some point down the road. Michael Hownick here with the closest that Daniel's ever been, possibly. But he's now backed out a little bit under braking. He's just going to bide his time, and hopefully it comes later on in the race. There's a long way to go, 22 minutes in total. So this race could get very interesting very fast at any point, especially with all the curves that these guys are jumping. This is chaos at its best. It looks like there's a lapped car they're coming up on. I'm sure this car will get out of the way right about here. Oh, he takes the sand route anyways. So that worked out rather well. Still in the sand. I guess I don't know, let's call that the beach vacation. He's had too many margaritas. He just can't find his way again to his hotel room, and he's stumbling. I'm not sure who that was, but sorry. Back to the front pack. There's just so many guys, so much going on. Everyone's so close in some islands, but here we go. Young Choi is right up on Simon Fowle. It looks like both cars have no damage from that very beginning, so they're both looking to put in the best times of their lives right now. Especially Young Choi, who's up, I believe, quite a few positions. Young Choi's up 6 positions. Simon Fowle is up 9 positions. That is incredible. So right now, Simon up 9 positions. We'll see what he does if Young is trying to push for one more, or has he met his match. We'll soon find out. We're heading into the final turn. And what's tricky about this turn is it's truly tricky. The bumps in that braking zone can totally throw you off. If you're not ready for those bumps, it's going to toss you. Absolutely, absolutely toss you. So here we go through the jump chicane. Just coming up right here. There, it's basically just a giant water slide jump. And on the other side, there's all that sand. If you get it wrong, it's just waiting for you. On this track, you do have to get very, very close through that right-hand uphill turn. But with 2/10 of a second, and the draft down this, if you can call it a straight, will pull you through onto the into a passing position. And so that's basically where everyone's going to be making their passes. Daniel Thomas. Let's see. Here is Misha Berger with Yiling Huang. They are battling it out. A little bit of an unhappy face front bumper from Misha from that earlier incident. Same with Yiling. His car is not looking too hot, so they're now on an absolute even playing field is what I see that as. So these two are definitely looking to battle, I'm sure. A little bit further behind is Jack Booser. Welcome back, Jack. You had a race at Hockenheim, I believe it was your last race. And you're back now for KNOCKHILL. Definitely an adventure, always, on this track to come back to KNOCKHILL. Didn't do so well in our sprint race, but now he's doing okay. He started in the very back, up to P13, so that's not too bad. Oh, and it looks like Misha has tossed himself off the track in that jump chicane. So that battle with Yiling is now done, and Yiling is now in a stress-free position, ready to start trying to pounce on Mark. So we'll have to come back to that later. Take a look at Benjamin Roche, who I think he's a lap down, but he's toughing it out. He has not given up, and he's thinking that, you know what, if anyone tosses their cookies, I can pick those up and eat them as a snack, eat them for dinner, even, and so he's just going to carry on because it's a long race and anything can happen. Looks like he's got Michael Davis behind him. He's doing the same thing. Looks like Valentin had... Oh boy. Oh boy. Here we go. Okay, that ended well. That was good. Looks like Valentin had a drive-through penalty from 15, I believe it's 15x incident points. So... It looks like Mark Lampert went off the track a lot of times. He's now out of the race. He's chosen to retire his car. So everyone except Mark Lampert has decided to carry on, be a trooper, and keep going. It looks like how many cars have been lapped, and this is part of the a huge challenge. Oh, Mark's it. This is a huge challenge here. Oh, and Mark is being challenged once again for his position. So Mark, once in P8, is now P10 and maybe in P10 or P11. So let's follow along and see what happens here. He's going to have to choose to defend. Oh, no. It looks like he just got bumped a little bit from behind. That's unfortunate. That's not a fun way to lose your 10th position, definitely. That'll be one for the stewards, I'm sure. Then we got Misha Berger, not too far behind. Oh, it looks like Yiling is having to serve a drive-through penalty. He's had too many incident points, and he's now had to do a drive-through penalty. So I guess that's how it goes. If you bump someone off the track and you're way up there in the incident points, it's not going to serve you too well. And so he's lost all those positions he's gained, and luckily Mark's now only lost 2. And it looks like the lead pack has now lapped every car all the way up to P8 has been lapped, is what it's looking like. Somewhere around there. No, I'm reading that wrong. It's just all the way. It's down to P15, but with 14 minutes left, they're going to be starting to lap the middle of the field, especially if they make any mistakes. So here's Spencer going into turn 1, and he's got Yiling as a lap car directly in front of him. He's going to have to pull over and let this lead pack go. And there's, Mark Santana has had an off. And he's just let that lead pack go as well. Very smart move on how he did that. And these guys are still, after 16 minutes, bumper to bumper. I can't believe this. These guys are going great. With all of these cars on the track, Francois in comfortable P4 with Charlie 6 seconds behind, 6.5. Yeah, I don't see a Red Bull livery anymore. I guess after after all that smack talk about the Red Bull, he's given up on the Red Bull. No more horns, no more wings, eh? He's got a new paint scheme, going with a silver and a gold. Carl Ribbing, I believe this is the highest finish position, if he can hold it, that he's had all year. Doing really well up in P6. With Aaron Hall directly behind him. These guys are duking it out, and we're going to have to follow along. We're going to keep an eye on them. That's for sure. We're going to go back a few laps. Oh, and there's Mark Santana, unfortunately going wide. And it looks like he's, through going wide and missing his braking zone, is now having to go too wide into turn 1. And he's given up. Oh, it looks like there's a car in the background off the track. Another guy who's just decided to have a beach vacation. He's just going to chill out and watch the cars. Look at this. Oh, now he's back on the track. Andrew Walker has taken... Oh, no, here we go. Uh-oh.
Thank you.
So Mark Santana, by being that his conservative self, has gained his position back. I'm not sure how his car is doing. It looks okay as long as his steering is not bent. His steering is not bent. There we go. Perfect. That's a place he wants to be in. That's not too bad. He's gained his position back, and a little bit stress-free to just drive along here and just get to the end of the race, and hopefully people in front of him, just like the Andrew Walker, have a bit of a spill, and he can gain more positions back. With 11 minutes to go, this is where this track gets challenging. Most definitely, the most challenging is the last 10 minutes. Those front tires, especially your front left tire on this car, it's hot. There's no way around it. It's a hot, heated up tire, and it's losing grip, and mostly right turns on this track, and it's going to be a challenge. So it looks like Aaron did make a pass on Carl. Let's take a look at how that happened. So the very usual into the last corner, take the inside. Beautiful. And he gains the position cleanly. And now a lap later, he's still ahead of him, but Carl is doing an amazing job to be in P7 where he's at. He's got a long gap, 6 seconds to Young Choi, so he can just manage that gap, stay focused, laser vision on every apex, and he can bring it home in P7, hopefully. Hopefully I didn't jinx that, because I've also been known to do that. So let's take a look. I love this paint style because it's what's it called? It's the FAF paint job. The Canadian Porsche dealerships, the FAF dealerships, and they put on iRacing their little paint scheme here. I actually use this as well. It's pretty cool. It makes it feel like you're racing for something local. And I'm guessing Benjamin's from Toronto. I've never heard where he's actually from, but running that paint scheme, I'm gonna have to guess he is, especially being from Canada. So let's find some action. Looks like Misha and Mark are duking it out. Mark wants that inside on this turn. Oh, and something may have happened to Mark's car. He had a lot of straight line speed. He may have lifted. Something happened. But Misha has taken that position. And he's probably looking to run away a little bit from Mark. Mark is having maybe a race he wants to forget, but that's the fortune or misfortune of KNOCKHILL. That's sometimes how it goes. Let's take a look at the lead pack and see how they're doing. Let's see how their times are doing. Let's see last laps. Let's see everyone's best lap first off. Looks like Yiling Wang's got the best lap, so he'll gain a bonus point for that. Faster than the guys up the front. That's amazing. So let's take a look at the last lap and get an idea of if these guys can keep up the pace, if their tires are shot, how they're doing, basically. So 47.7 for Spencer last lap. This lap, 47.6. So these tires, you know what? The more this race goes on, I guess he's just getting faster. The less fuel in the tank, gonna rotate that car a little easier. You're gonna have a little bit more acceleration on the straights. It's definitely possible if you can manage those tires every single turn, all race long. When you get less fuel in the tank, you can just set the same lap times. It doesn't really slow you down to have more worn tires. Michael Hownick is now 1.7 seconds behind Spencer, so he's lost a lot of gap. 47.595 for Spencer. Something just happened. He just turned on the afterburners. Wild. Daniel Thomas now looking to pressure Michael Hownick, who's lost a little bit of pace, it seems. Maybe he's lost his focus. He's got 6 minutes to go, and he can't lose it just yet. He's got to keep it going. And that's, back to the challenge of KNOCKHILL. When it's essentially an endurance race, even though it's only 30 minutes. And Daniel Thomas now getting himself within striking range. We got Francois Schink is 6 seconds behind them in his comfortable P4. So he's just managing those tires, managing those gaps, making sure that he doesn't lose it too bad, and he deals well with the blue flag traffic if that ever comes up. I don't think he's even had too much of that, luckily for him. We got Charlie not too far back. There's Aaron coming up on a lapped car. Carl in his comfortable P7. Just bringing it home nicely. And there's the jump. Those cars really do get airborne when they hit that. It's pretty wild. Really, really wild. We got Young Choi. Simon Fell. I always like to keep going back to who's gained and who's lost. Simon fell up 8 positions. That is amazing. Young Choi up 7. Another mover and shaker of the feature. Jack Booser up 9. He's definitely redeeming himself after that horrendous sprint race that he had. I think he was off the track more than he was on it, and so he's reset himself, and he set himself up for great great position, gained some good points in the season where he's at now. Yiling Wang is quite far behind Jack. So Jack's in a great spot to just bring her home in P10 and be a top 10 finisher. Kevin is in 12th in the Pikachu car. Down 3 positions. Maybe not doing so hot, feeling the effects of KNOCKHILL. Misha having a disastrous race, to be honest. I did really well in that sprint race, and just, I don't know, something just hit him, and it just not so great. Mark Santana down 3 positions, feeling the effects of the KNOCKHILL curse. Benjamin Roche, just chugging along, just letting Charlie through. Charlie being a lap up. Valentin not giving up quite yet. It looks like he has... Is that a lead car? It is. That is the lead car. And he's going to have to let that lead car through. There it goes. There he goes. He lets the entire lead pack go. So that's given Spencer a little bit of stress, to be honest, with Michael Hownick making up some gap from that, but not too much to worry about. Spencer's still in a really nice, comfortable position. Michael Hownick definitely in the spot to worry. With Daniel closer than ever, he's setting up for that pass down this main straight. He's within 3/10. He got a great launch out of that turn, but it doesn't look like he's close enough to make that move. Just not enough. Not enough. Maybe next lap. We're gonna have to follow along, because these guys are close as hell, and they're not giving up. Spencer may have burned his tires doing those crazy laps already. Michael Hownick just set a purple lap, the best lap of the evening at 47.551. Insane. How many laps in? 36 laps in, and you set the best lap of the race? Wow. This is, I don't even know what to say. This is like the force at work. This is Yoda behind the wheel all of a sudden. And Daniel Thomas is not far behind. This has become, all of a sudden, a 3-car battle. This is intense. We have 2 more laps? I would say 2. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, here we go. Now this has become very quickly a battle for the lead, a 3-car battle for the lead. I don't know how that happened. That's Spencer may actually be playing with the lap counter, slowing down a little bit. I'm not sure. I'm just taking a wild stab at that one, but that may not even be true. Michael Hownick going a little bit squirrely. Now Daniel Thomas looking to capitalize into turn 1. Does he take the inside? Who takes the inside? He does take the inside under braking. Oh no, he wasn't able to get that overlap safely for that turn. It's quite a jump on that turn 1 curb. But Daniel is not looking to back off. This is the very last lap of this race. So this is for all the marbles right here. Spencer has luckily gained that comfortable gap. Daniel, this is his last chance to strike right here. Here we go. Hopefully the lap cars don't interfere. It doesn't look like they're close enough. Does he take that inside under braking? No, he doesn't. You can see the bumps disturb the car a lot. Oh, and Spencer has a lock up into the last turn. Got a little bit nervous, but he still comes through for the win. Spencer, congratulations, Spencer Marsh, Michael Hownick, and Daniel Thomas for that incredible race. Francois coming in P4. Then we got Charlie, many seconds behind in P5, and that's the KNOCKHILL challenge. Keeping together with the pack, it's hell. But Charlie's finished very well. Aaron Hall in P6, up many positions. He's a great finisher in our feature races. Carl Ripping in P7. Young Choi up a lot of positions. Here comes Simon Fell. Jack Booser. And then, let's see. I think that's it. I think everyone is finished. Yeah. I think everyone is finished. So we'll bring up those final results. And there we are. We got Spencer Marsh. Congratulations on winning the race. That is amazing P1. That you know, for a first race, that's a very strong showing. We seem to have a lot of people. That's pretty cool. Look at that burnout in the background. Beauty. I love it. So yeah, the strong showing for a first race. Congratulations once again, Spencer Marsh. Michael Hownick, P2, having a very strong showing, coming in really close to Spencer, not letting him go. And Daniel Thomas to round out the final podium positions for more points than all the other finishing positions. They get 2 points more each. I'll have to explain that later on another day. And then Francois Schink, P4, Charlie, P5, Aaron in 6, Carl in 7, Young in 8, Simon 9, Jack 10, Yealing from the back of the pack in the heat race up to 11, Kevin 12, Misha 13, Mark Santana 14, Valentin in 16, and Michael David 17, Andrew Walker in 18, and do we have anyone else? Yep, we have Mark Lampert, who just didn't have the greatest race. He's going to look forward to next week. Mark Lampert finished in second position or something, very, very high up at Fuji. And so this is definitely a roller coaster of a track, roller coaster of a race for Mark. We're going to look to see him next week at Silverstone, being back at the front of the pack, I'm sure, and battling for another podium position. Don't count him out next week. This is just an unfortunate race for Mark, and he'll be back out there, no problem. So there we go. There's the race. Congratulations, everyone, on their race and their finishing position. Hope you all had fun. I hope you enjoy the broadcast. And yeah, there you go. Have a good evening, everyone, and have a good night.